Have you ever landed in London and felt instantly confused? Cars rushing by on the wrong side, drivers sitting on the wrong side, and pedestrians hesitating at crosswalks. But what if we told you, Britain isn't wrong, the rest of the world changed? From medieval knights to Napoleon's empire, from horse-drawn carriages to modern motorways, this is the untold story of why Britain drives on the left, and how a centuries-old tradition split the world's roads in two. You're watching ExploreHist, where we journey through time to uncover the stories that shaped our world. Discover, learn, be inspired. Our story doesn't start with traffic lights or painted lines, but long before cars were even a dream. It begins in an age of swords, shields, and ever-present suspicion. On the winding, unpaved roads of medieval Europe, every encounter with a stranger was a potential threat, and survival depended on instinct, not written laws. The vast majority of people in medieval Europe were right-handed. For a mounted knight or traveler, this simple fact was critical. By keeping to the left side of the path, your dominant sword arm, your right, was always positioned towards oncoming riders. This wasn't a matter of politeness, it was a tactical advantage. If a friendly greeting suddenly turned hostile, you could draw your weapon and defend yourself without a moment's delay. On a narrow road, that split-second decision could mean the difference between life and death. It wasn't about law, it was pure, practical instinct. The left side simply made sense. But this custom of keeping left may go back even further, to an empire that defined the ancient world, Rome. Archaeologists studying the remarkably preserved Roman roads have found a curious pattern. The wheel ruts carved into the stone are consistently deeper on the left side when viewed from a traveler leaving a settlement. This suggests that heavily loaded carts and chariots, full of goods, were already favoring that lane. Even 2 millennia ago, long before any formal traffic rules were conceived, an unspoken consensus was already taking shape. It was a world guided by habit and necessity, where the safest path became the standard one. By the Middle Ages, this left-sided preference found a powerful new advocate: the Church. Religious processions and pilgrims often kept left, a custom rooted in both practicality and symbolism. It was considered a sign of respect to keep others on your right, the side of honor. Consequently, passing someone on their right could be interpreted as a slight, or even a direct challenge. This informal custom was solidified in 1300. To manage the immense crowds flocking to Rome for the first Holy Jubilee, Pope Boniface VIII issued a formal decree. All pilgrims traveling to the city's holy sites must keep to the left. This papal bull stands as one of the earliest recorded traffic regulations in history, a rule born not from a king or government, but from faith. Now, let's fast forward 4 centuries to the bustling streets of 1700s Britain. The age of the horse-drawn carriage was in full swing, and with it came new challenges. The wealthy travelled in large coaches, often pulled by powerful teams of horses, with a driver or coachman perched high above. For these right-handed coachmen, sitting on the left side of the road was simply more practical. It allowed them to keep their dominant right hand free to expertly wield the long whip, ensuring they wouldn't accidentally strike pedestrians on the pavement or snag their whip on roadside obstacles. This de facto rule became official law on what was then one of the busiest crossings in the world. In 1756, an act was passed for London Bridge, officially ordering all traffic to keep left to ease the constant congestion. It was a local solution to a local problem, but it set a precedent that would one day shape the roads of an entire empire. Meanwhile, across the Channel, everything changed. During the French Revolution, class divisions extended even to the streets. Aristocrats rode on the left, commoners on the right. When the revolution erupted, right-hand travel became a symbol of equality and defiance of old privilege. Then came Napoleon Bonaparte, a left-handed general with an empire to build. He imposed right-hand traffic wherever his armies marched. France, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, and much of Europe adopted Napoleon's rule, the right side. But his enemies, Britain, Portugal, and its colonies, stayed loyal to the left. From that moment, the world's roads would forever be split, a geopolitical divide that outlasted empires. As the British Empire expanded, it exported its customs, its language, its laws, and its left-hand traffic. India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and dozens of colonies followed suit. Even countries like Japan, which was never colonized by Britain, later adopted left-hand driving under British engineering influence during its modernization in the 19th century. Driving left became a mark of British order and control. When the railways arrived, they were designed to follow road tradition. British engineers built train systems where locomotives passed each other on the left, from London to Bombay to Sydney. This consistency spread the habit even deeper. The left wasn't just a choice, it became infrastructure. As the 20th century dawned, the invention of the automobile promised a new era of personal freedom. But with this new technology came a pressing question that every nation had to answer. Which side of the road should cars drive on? The patchwork of local customs that had governed horse-drawn traffic for centuries was no longer sufficient for these faster, more powerful machines. In 1835, Great Britain formalized its long-standing tradition by passing a law. Everyone must drive on the left. This rule extended across its vast empire. When cars began to replace carriages, British manufacturers simply adapted, placing steering wheels on the right-hand side to give drivers a better view of the road's edge. But across the Atlantic, America chose the opposite path. Free from British influence, and with vast, wide-open roads, the United States adopted right-hand driving. This was partly inspired by the large car-nu-sto-gu freight wagons, where drivers sat on the left to better manage their horse teams. The trend was solidified when Henry Ford mass-produced the Model T with a left-hand steering wheel, making it the standard for the American market. As the world standardized, some countries faced a monumental decision. One of the most famous examples came in 1967. Sweden, which had driven on the left for over 200 years, decided to switch. The primary reasons were safety and practicality, as all of its neighbors drove on the right, and most cars in Sweden were already left-hand drive models. On DAH Gen H, or H-Day, the entire country came to a standstill. At precisely 5 a.m., all traffic was instructed to carefully move from the left side of the road to the right. It was a massive, intricate operation involving millions of cars, the replacement of over 360,000 road signs, and months of meticulous public education. Within hours, Sweden was successfully driving on the right. The transition was a stunning success, and remarkably, the accident rate even dropped temporarily as drivers were extra cautious. Today, about 65% of the world's population drives on the right, and 35% on the left. Most left-driving nations are former British colonies or territories. But there are exceptions: Japan, Indonesia, Thailand, all influenced by trade and British engineering standards. Switching sides isn't simple. It means re-engineering intersections, retraining drivers, redesigning cars, and replacing thousands of road signs. That's why few countries have dared to switch in modern times. The cost and confusion are enormous. For Britain, driving on the left isn't just tradition, it's identity. It connects the present to its medieval past, its empire, and its unique sense of order. In a world increasingly unified by technology and trade, this small difference is a reminder. History leaves traces everywhere, even in the way we drive. So, the next time you find yourself in London, Melbourne, or TOHKO, and cars whiz by on the wrong side, remember, they're actually following history's right side. If you enjoyed this journey through time, Give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe to ExploreHist for more fascinating stories that shaped our world.